crack or coke that you sell that should mean you should die if people are willingly doing drugs? Because are you executing anybody for selling alcohol in the United States? How many people drink and drive and kill people and themselves every day?
Phenomenal.
How do we lower obesity? In the United States of America, I believe over 50% of the population is overweight or obese. So that goes to lifestyle, accessibility to clean food, and informing people on the significance of what they eat and having access to facilities where they can exercise. But it goes to the food. If everything that not everything, if the majority of the food that I have access to and I'm consuming is going to attribute to weight gain, then I have to learn how to eat different. People love flavor. People love traditional foods. So a few different things you can do is eat smaller portions. You don't have to go throw everything in your house away. Start with eating smaller portions and consuming more water. Then consider working out 15 minutes. And if 15 minutes is too much, start at 5. But when I think of obesity in the United States, a lot of these fast food restaurants just need to be turned into healthy alternatives that are flavorful. Because again, people are not finna eat a dirt burger. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to eat healthy if it tastes like trash. And unfortunately, too often, when you get exposed to something organic or something healthy or something vegan, the flavor is just not there. It's tasting like nothing, you know what I'm saying? Or it's tasting terrible. So we want to lower obesity. Exercising has to be made popular. Eating clean has to be made popular. Eating smaller portions have to be made popular. And vote me for president, for sure. How do we improve prisons so that they become rehabilitative? Good question. Right now you have people in prison who are being held in cages. I feel that the burglars should be held in prisons for burglars. And then you have people who have been rehabilitated come in and teach. Or you have people who have studied burglary come in and teach. If you've got a prison with 1,000 people and all of them are in there for the same crime, there is a high probability that they can all learn from each other, and it's more like you're right. If he could do it, I could do it. If she can do it, I can do it. Right now, that's not what we have. You've got the mechanic in there with the doctor, in there with the plumber, in there with the rapper, in there with the singer, in there with the custodian. That's not how it should be. Every prison should be every prison should be based on the crime committed. And if rehabilitation is possible, the resources should be allocated so that people can be rehabilitated, and then employment should be made available to those who are re-entering society. It's $1 billion industry, it's $1 billion sector, yet and still people are entering the system and then exiting the system worse than which they came. So it's an epic failure. It's terrible what's going on. And for those who say, well, if you do the crime, you shouldn't do it. Committing, especially a non-violent crime, shouldn't be punishable by death and unforgivable. I do understand there are heinous crimes, and if there's going to be heinous crimes, you're a serial killer, you're a rapist, you're a child molester, then why even house a person? You understand what I'm saying? Some things are punishable by death. Some things are not forgivable, and those things should be universally acknowledged. Can't be a one-size-fits-all. There's no amount of crack or coke that you sell that should mean you should die if people are willingly doing drugs. Because are you executing anybody for selling alcohol in the United States? How many people drink and drive and kill people and themselves every day? Exactly. So don't be hypocritical about it. There are crimes in the United States where people should be locked up for, but when they're locked up, they should be able to receive treatment so that when they re-enter society, they can make an impact, make a difference. And outside of, no violent crime should be punishable by more than 5 years. And when I say violent, ain't nobody got killed, ain't nobody got their teeth knocked out, eyes knocked out, nothing like that. you don't need to be in a room more than 5 years, really 4, really less than that. But the United States definitely needs to take the opportunity to make people better through rehabilitation.